You've heard of laughing at liberals, right? Well, I want to welcome you to the first and hopefully only episode of Clapping at Conservatives. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Paraphrase. Let's talk about snowflakes for a second. When I say snowflake, I'm not talking about like actual snow. In this context, it's a derogatory term that was created, I'm guessing, by the conservative right in reference to anybody that's just way too sensitive, i.e. the liberal left. Yeah, basically that's what snowflakes means. Somebody that's just way too sensitive and can't really, I guess, take a joke or take an offensive joke or whatever they think it means. I don't know. I mean, if you want to be realistic about it, most people on the conservative right fit that criteria way more than anybody on the liberal left, for the most part. Realistically, both sides have a lot of crybabies. I mean, let's be honest. But conservatives, they act like liberals are the only ones that got those kind of people. Let's review, shall we? Let's talk about political correctness for a second. Now, I don't know why conservatives have a problem with political correctness. I think when they say that political correctness is killing America, what they really mean is it sucks to not be able to call me a nigga and not be reprimanded for it. Basically, y'all just want the freedom to offend anybody any kind of way and get away with it. But yeah, you can't do that. Not in the 21st century. Well, it depends on where you go, I guess, because racism never ended. So, and prejudices of any kind are still rampant to this day. When it comes to political correctness, you think that's what's killing America, but you will be quick to get mad if somebody that looks like me called a white person a cracker or a honky or any racial slur for white people. You get mad at me because I'm not being politically correct, but you think political correctness is killing America because you can't call me a nigga and get away with it. I don't know, it seems pretty hypocritical. Political correctness is really more or less about accuracy and being considerate of one's feelings about their culture or their ethnicity. So, why is that killing America? Like, I really want to know, like, why is political correctness killing America? Why do you think that's what's killing America? Because that's not what's killing America. I think a lack of political correctness is what's killing America. But that's just me. Let's talk about xenophobia and or Islamophobia for a second. I noticed that a while back, Nike actually unveiled that they created an athletic hijab for female Muslim athletes. And the conservative right actually was trying to boycott Nike for that. Y'all call us snowflakes for sticking up for what we believe in, but y'all get mad because Nike created a pro hijab for Muslim athletes. Everything that's wrong, everything that's going on in the world, but y'all get mad over that. See, that's the thing. Most of y'all just get mad over stupid shit when it ain't that crucial. Most of us, we get mad about real shit that actually matters. Real shit that actually affects people. And then there was another thing that happened the other day that actually has a lot of people's panties in a bunch. So there's a California congressman who currently has this painting of the Statue of Liberty depicted as a Muslim woman with a hijab and all. So now some organization in California is protesting because of this. I'm guessing that whoever the artist is wanted to depict the Statue of Liberty as a Muslim as a way of saying that, hey, Muslims are Americans too. While y'all continue to treat us like shit, like this is our country too. We live here too. We're citizens just like you. So the thing about America is so diverse. But it's like the conservative right, they just want America to fit their idea of what it should be. And this country gives us freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. If a Muslim man or woman, wants to depict an American symbol such as the Statue of Liberty as, a Muslim woman, it's one of them things you kind of have to read between the lines on, It's just a way of saying, hey, we're Americans too. This is our country too. But nah, y'all just want everything to be the way you want it to be. Let's talk about some Super Bowl commercials for a second that had y'all panties in a bunch. A few years back, when the Seahawks eviscerated the shit out of the Broncos, Coca-Cola had a commercial where they had a lot of people that were American citizens. They had these people singing "America the Beautiful" in a foreign language. After that, it was like a lot of people got mad at that because they feel like America the Beautiful should only be sang in English. All the languages that we speak in this country, and you get mad because America the Beautiful is being sung in a different language. Like, dude, these people are paying homage to your country. But just because it's not in the language that you speak, that you can understand, you have a problem with it? Like, come on now. Who's the real snowflake here? Let's be honest. That's some snowflake ass shit right there, if you want to be real. And then the same thing actually happened with the last Super Bowl with the Falcons and the Patriots. Like, Coca-Cola did the same thing, and people got mad about it again. And then on top of that, conservatives also got mad at the Budweiser commercial that they had during the Super Bowl. It was basically where I don't know what the guy's name was, but the dude that created Budweiser originally, he immigrated. He came to America from, I believe it was Germany. And the commercial kind of just depicts like his journey of like coming to America and, just trying to make it, chasing the American dream basically. And the thing about it, he came here legally. And for some reason, conservatives got mad about that commercial. Like, the next morning I saw, like, it was all over Twitter. They actually had hashtag boycott Budweiser was trending. But the funny thing about it was, like, they misspelled Budweiser. The jokes write themselves. It seemed to me like the conservative right is always blowing shit out of proportion and taking shit out of context. Speaking of football, let's talk about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was bold for what he did, I'll admit, but it's like, I don't know why people refuse to understand why he did what he did. When you think about the American flag, you think about this symbol of freedom and liberty and justice for all. But in recent years, so many people have been gunned down by police unjustly, and the police keep getting away with it. So in these instances, justice is not being served. So Colin Kaepernick decided to take a knee because he feels like that flag does not symbolize what it's supposed to. And until he felt like it would until he sees some change, until he thinks it symbolizes what it's supposed to, then maybe he'll go back to honoring that flag or whatever. Like, everybody was mad about that. Like, even some black people got mad about it. I'm like, do y'all not get why he's doing what he's doing? Now nobody in the NFL even wants to sign him. Meanwhile, they got fucking rapists and fucking people that got drug charges and domestic violence charges and shit. But y'all mad at Colin Kaepernick for fucking standing up for people's rights to liberty and justice, who ain't getting it. And then you even had veterans come out and support him, support his right to protest. He had every right to do so. It's like some veterans didn't even agree with what he did, but they defend his right to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's the thing about America. We have the freedom of expression. Colin Kaepernick exercised his right to express himself the way he felt and fit, and we got mad about it. As well as like with Black Lives Matter, like I don't know why people always get so triggered when they hear somebody say that, because Black lives do matter, and the only reason why we're saying that is because from what we've seen recently, Black lives don't matter to a lot of people. They just blow the cause all out of proportion by saying that we're saying that every life that's not black doesn't matter. We know all lives matter, but all lives are not being persecuted at this point in time. And that's what y'all don't seem to understand. And you know what? You know who on the conservative right is a perfect example of a hypocritical snowflake? This preacher known as, his name is Joshua Feuerstein, I think. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but like around the time when I found out who he was, I actually thought he was a cool dude. But the more I watched his videos on Facebook, I saw, okay, yeah, I see what it's about. Somebody exposed this man for like the hypocrite that he is, about as far as like people being sensitive and being snowflakes or whatever. Alright, so one day he posts this meme, and the picture says, if you're easily offended and looking for a safe place, my page ain't it. Move along, snowflake. And then above that he says, I love Jesus, I love America, I love guns, I love freedom, hashtag deal with it. Anybody that wants to call somebody a snowflake, I mean, that's what they sound like. But then check this out. There's another picture where it's a picture of these McDonald's French fry holders, right? Which, okay, and on the back of this McDonald's French fry box is a rainbow, which has become a symbol for the LGBTQ agenda. What he said on this picture, he said, disgusting. McDonald's released their rainbow fries today in honor of gay pride. I'm tired of corporations trying to influence our families like this. Share this and let people know to stop eating at McDonald's. Plus, their food is crap, really. Well, that last statement, I actually gotta agree with them. The food is crap. But as far as like everything else, you know, personally, I don't really co-sign gay pride. But you know what? Whoever's gay, whoever's bi, whoever's trans, lesbian, whatever, that's your business. Do you? If that's what makes you happy, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get offended when I see these companies like supporting that. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? So for him to at one point say, I love what I love, but I want to hate on what everybody else loves, and you want to call us a bunch of snowflakes, and then you turn around and act like a fucking snowflake yourself, like you just walked right into it. You just exposed yourself. Let's talk about the Procter & Gamble The Talk commercial. The first time I saw this commercial, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with it. It spoke the truth. It features like a number of black parents talking to their kids about issues that black people go through in America and have gone through since we got here. And if you pay close attention, like a lot of these talks are based in like different time periods. So it talks like they talk about, you know, racism, obviously, and they talk about police brutality, about being passed up for job opportunities, about being neglected, even when you work your ass off to prove yourself, which is something that black people have gone through since we got to this country. You know, even when we got freedom, you know, we still had to put up with years upon years of Jim Crow and segregation. So it was like some conservative vlog, I think it was called Conservative Fighters, they wrote an article about this commercial, and they was just basically saying, like, brace yourself for this this very racist and prejudiced commercial. You know, and I had already seen the commercial before I saw this article, and I'm like, they just don't get it. Like, I don't know why y'all seem to think that black people got it just as easy as anybody else, because we don't. We never have had it that easy. Like, I remember when I was in high school, like, it was one of my social studies classes. I remember this white dude. I don't remember exactly what he asked, but it was kind of to the effect of like, why are there historically black colleges, but you know, not historically white colleges? And I'm like, well, what you call Harvard? What you call the University of Texas? You know what I'm saying? It's like black people, we never had nothing in this country that we can call our own. So since we were barred from going to, you know, the University of Texas and Texas State and, you know, any other PWI, any other predominantly white institution, we had to go off and create our own institutions of higher learning, such as Prairie View A&M, such as Tennessee State, such as Texas Southern, Grambling A&M, Florida A&M, just to name a few. But I remember there was a white girl sitting next to me. She just laughed and said, "You're being racist." And I'm like, how am I being racist? I'm telling the truth. Like, check the history books. It's all right there. So, I mean, you look at all these things that the conservative right gets mad about on the daily, and you ask yourself, who's the real snowflake here? Y'all call us a bunch of snowflakes for sticking up for what we believe in, but when y'all want to stick up for what y'all believe in, it's all good, right? I actually had like somebody call me a snowflake for speaking out against, you know, wars that we shouldn't even be in, but your tax dollars are going towards killing innocent men, women, and children in the Middle East every day. Meanwhile, you got potholes tearing up our tires out here. Our taxes need to go towards more important stuff than war. You got homelessness is out of control. People are starving. And you want to throw all our tax dollars towards killing innocent people in the Middle East and everywhere else overseas? Like, I ask you, who's the real snowflake here, man? Who's the real snowflake? And you know what? It probably doesn't even matter how much I break this shit down and how much I talk about it or anybody else talks about it. Most of y'all are just too set in your ways and your train of thought to even consider something different. You've been brainwashed beyond repair. But you know what? When it's all said and done, you can think whatever the fuck you want to think. No skin off my nose. Anyways, I'm paraphrasing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a like. Tell a friend. If you still haven't heard my new single, Dating's Dubs and 84s, the link is in the description. Please go check that out. And I'm out of here.